Erica, you guys led your first chant today. Let's see here. Day 3 of the Sac Sit and the People Sit In. Occupation here in the Temple of Democracy, the People's House. We got some new folks joining us today. Why don't we go around and say our names and where we're from and when we joined the March into Occupation. And if you're new today, you can tell us all of the same, but maybe how you found out or got about or got connected to the March into Occupation, because we always like to hear those stories. Sound good? Yeah. Ho! My name is Kai Newcomb. I'm from West Virginia. I've been to California for 9 years, Los Angeles, and I feel it's my home. You know, when I fly back to LA now, I feel like I'm going home, in a sense. And I've been marching ever since we left Los Angeles, Saturday, May 17th, 40 days ago. And that's the longest stretch of time I've been away from LA since I moved there. So.
And with me.
Yes. And I'm going to have separation anxiety from Danielle after the month. But in many ways. Yeah, I think that's all.
Wait, so what is it? I'm Henry from the LA area. Yeah, I'm on this. Oh, I started in LA.
All right. Henry Hall.
Amen.
I'm Erica, and I'm from Pasadena. And I started in LA in spirit. And I've been with the march ever since, and I've done some of the marching. And loved every ounce of it. Ounce? Is that good? Every step.
There you go. Right.
I'm Mike from LA. I started on the first day and I don't march, but I do drive the waterway.
Right.
I don't know. I'm
Hobbyist.
Hold down the fort.
I'm Delphine from Occupy Sacramento and Group 2 Men's Sacramento. I only joined the last leg of the march a couple of days ago. Marched with y'all about 6.5 miles.
Yeah.
But it was an honor and privilege. Glad to be here with y'all tonight.
My turn?
My name is Brain Frazier. I'm from San Diego. I caught up to you guys on Saturday.
And holding down the vigil at night.
Yeah, and I've been
Or
down at
in
night
camp
every night.
All right.
Karen, I'm from Sacramento. I joined the end of the march in Sacramento and came to the Capitol. And, I'm going to think in the next few days if I still feel too old to get arrested or not, but tonight I probably won't. But I admire what you've been doing and I thank you. I have sent an email to you and copied it to a bunch of people. I'll be happy to share it with anyone. I'm hoping people will start a conversation in addition to what you guys are doing about taxpayers owning the airwaves. Ralph Nader used to tell us about that. And about HR 128, Marcy Kaptur's buried bill to make the FCC give free political airtime to all political candidates as part of FCC licensing. I think you should think about it and read about it and maybe take it up.
Great bill.
I'm Kathy from Occupy Sacramento, and I didn't march with you, but I've been coming down here and hanging out with you a bit, and I was there to meet the first group coming out of jail the first night.
Michael Madison, Occupy Sacramento. I joined you when you
realizing all these different people that I've run into throughout my life are struggling through all this stuff, and ended up on the streets after a while and started seeing more and more of it and getting to see perspectives from people from all different walks of life just from being out on the streets and getting to communicate with so many people, and started paying attention to stuff that Wall Street was doing and stuff that different banks were doing, and heard about Occupy Wall Street before it hit Sacramento, and when it hit Sacramento I kind of just started out doing the food table, because I looked at it as like, hey, they're fighting for the right shit, getting the money out of politics and this and that, and I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'll help with the food, and I started out just doing the food table and saw things, needing to be done, and I'm kind of a doer when I see something needs to be done, so I just started doing things, and it led me to becoming an organizer within the movement, and then I ended up hearing about you guys, kind of basically bringing it back to what was actually the conversation was really supposed to be about, bringing it back to the end game goal. Occupy actually started over, and coming down here to the Capitol, marching for days, and when I found out what was actually going on with it, I was like, well, we got to get out there, and unfortunately I haven't been able to be on site as much as I prefer to be, but I've been trying to give some tech support and get the word out to other people in the community locally, and joined up with you guys the last day of the march and marched down here, and was there with Kathy to see you guys when you first got out for the first few arrests, and I'm gonna go back down to the jail tonight and make a presence there at the jail so that when people get out they have somebody there to greet them once again tonight. So.
My name is Will, and I've been here on the march since day one, and I'm from Oakland.
My name's Steve. I'm a walkaholic. And I stole that line from Henry. I like the Mayman Henry. Now, from Long Beach, I've been here since day one, and I'm going to be here until the absolute last minute we have to be here to get our goals accomplished. All right! I thought this was a 10-step cluster.
I'm Joe. I've been with California Clean Money for a long time, and I am thrilled that now we got some solid solidarity, and I'm so happy to be with you all.
Jason Jackson, I'm an organizer with 99Rise's.
sounded like a good thing to do. Money out of politics. Really, can you find anything wrong with that?
My name is Sandy, and like Tony, I started on Sunday and took the training for being able to risk arrest. I'm from Vacaville, which is about 40 miles west of here. I heard about the event, I think, through Daily Kos, just from being on social media. Today is my 19th wedding anniversary. My husband is celebrating with our 2 boys, and they're at Scout Camp. It gave me an opportunity to be here, and I wanted to take that opportunity. I'm representing moms of kids in primary school, which is an untapped resource, and they're following me, and I'm getting lots of good support from folks at home.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I'm an organizer with 99Rise at Occidental, where I go to school, and I've been on the march since day one. My name is Olivia. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, but right now I'm attending school in Los Angeles at Occidental College, where I joined 99Rise thanks to Danielle. You did that. I've been here since Monday. I marched the first 2 days, and yeah.
All right.
My name's Kurt Reese. I'm an organizer at 99Rise Bay Area. Been in the march since Fresno and just delighted to be here with y'all.
Yeah. My name's Ty. I've been on the march since day one, and I'm from the 99Rise Bay Area team as well. Represent.
I'm David Chops. I'm an organizer with Bay Area 99Rise, and joined them with the march in Sacramento, but I have been working.
Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton. And now I'm here in Sacramento.
Yes, you are.
And it's good to be here. It's good to see all the new people here. I'm really excited about seeing new faces and getting people oriented into what we're doing here. And you know, I'm feeling the love here. So thanks.
I'm David Andrew, Occupy Sacramento. I joined the march on Front Ridge Road, and I'm extremely honored to be here and support democracy.
From Los Angeles. I moved up here 2.5 years ago, a half a mile west of the Capitol. I joined on day 1, rejoined on day 15 and 16, and then finished the last 3 days in Sacramento. And I'm happy to be here to help elevate the voice of the public and improve our democracy.
I talk softly. I'm going to try and raise it up. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area, a little town called Martinez. I had a call out before you all started marching, and I was very, very tempted to do it, but I was scheduled to be out of the country during that month that we were all marching. So I kind of watched you, and I met you on Saturday. I came back on Sunday. And I'm here tonight, and I am a supporter of all of you.
Hi, I'm from Chicago, and my name is Lamont Marcel Davis. And I'm a singer-songwriter writer. I started in Los Angeles, and not because I was HB, but the 5 of us, we marched for a corporation called Latin Records. Dre Scott, the late great Dre Scott, I started working with people, DJ, KPFK, County Business, where I found out about the government grants and things like that. So it's funny about the radio waves and all this stuff. Then I moved to San Francisco, worked in the home support service while I was homeless, okay, for a couple of years. And then I met James Tracy. Sacramento. So looking forward to working with you guys. Go team, go.
I'm Lawrence Abbott. I'm an organizer with Move On, Move to Amend, and try to build a bigger coalition. And I heard, just recently learned about 99Rise and this effort for the California March for Democracy. I believe in it. I think it's an excellent strategy and a way to do something big and powerful and restore democracy where it belongs, with the people and not with the corporation. And now I am 99Rise, and I'm proud to be a member of the Northern California Bay Area support team for the march.
Very strong.
I've had this forever, and I finally got everyone captured and not totally tired.
It's an inspiration.
I think our best bet is the Daft Punk Get Lucky song. Oh. No? Not the verse, the rest of the song. You got any extra down there? Right in the middle on the left. Right in the middle on the left. Demo Crazy. Oh boy. From Daft Punk's Get Lucky. You might want to put it on the ground if you can, so you don't make some noise, and I can make all the sound. The verse might be a little hard, so maybe me and Kyle sing that. What are we doing? So, the beat's like this. Fist, palm, fist, palm. Fist, palm, okay. Practice discipline, non-violence. I'll do the verse. All ends with beginning. What keeps the people winning? Go from the beginning. Go ahead. Okay, let's start over. Okay. Listen, you know what we need? Is some spirit in here, energy in here. You know the song now, that's the singing. Fight it. Do it. Okay. Ready? All right. Well, waiting for the new, right? Practice discipline, not violence. All ends with beginning. What keeps the people winning? So forth from the beginning. Yeah.
We're rising up to go crazy. We're rising up to freedom.
The other ones we're going to be pushing along. You might be able to do the views.
How's everybody feeling?
Yeah!
I just heard 10 minutes.
We got a
10 minutes
chance.
from less.
We got a chance out there.
Who's democracy?
Our democracy.
Who's democracy?
Our democracy.
Who's democracy?
Our democracy.
Who's democracy?
Our democracy.
Who's capital?
Our capital.
Who's capital?
Our capital.
Who's capital?
Our capital.
Who are we?
The people.
The people. I was actually going for who's democracy? The people's democracy.
All right.
You know, 'cause
We've been saying whose house?
our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Yes. I think it's been amazing just to be in our house. Even if they're going to kick us out, be here in the democracy, I feel like we're making this space more sacred, by our sacrifice. Today, we won another small victory, and it just feels like the timing has been so blessed, that we arrived here and the very next day, that California became the second state to call for a constitutional convention to amend our constitution to get money out of politics. And then the next day, one of our other demands advances through a committee. I don't know if this is going to happen every day. But I think it's all right if it does, and it's a testament, I think, to the fact that this is the time, and we're showing up at the right time, and that I think this, our country is ready for this. People are ready for this, and we're the spark that's going to light that. We're the match that's going to light that spark. The spark that's going to start the fire. Every new person, that comes, every person that holds this vision and owns it for yourself in some way, I think is making that real. And to me, it's like a holy thing, when you see new people stepping up. So the folks of you who've just come and joined, or at whatever point, I think that's a powerful thing. I'm grateful for you to be here, and that's how that fire spreads. It's from one heart and mind to another. Our demands. Does anybody want to clarify and talk about the demand that we brought here to the Capitol? Maybe one of the folks that are holding the flag tonight.
Well, we want our politicians, our legislators, to acknowledge the crisis of corruption as Representative Gatto did yesterday, came down and visited with us, and to take immediate steps to end it. And we've given them some suggestions that they can start with. They've already passed AJR 1, so we applaud them. And hopefully those people will come back and make that call a little stronger, an even stronger amendment than the one we called for. And then we want SB 1272. Numbers are hard.
He says numbers like that.
He teaches English.
It's just hard to remember, it's random numbers. Okay, so anyway. SB 1272, which will allow us to vote for the people's voice to say we want such an amendment, which will be an amazing organizing tool for us to organize around. And for them to pass the Disclose Act, which just got through the Elections Committee today.
Assembly election.
But mostly we just want to be acknowledged that the system is corrupt, not individuals. Anyone in the system is corrupted automatically. And they need to acknowledge that and fix it.
That's right.
I got another song. I got a new song. Anybody want a song?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we're gonna stop and we'll clap like this. You all know the song, like me.
Anybody want any add to?
LA to Sacramento.
This little light of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more why you're here. Because I think after working within the system for a long time, I think we need everybody here working outside the system a little bit, sort of to get their attention, you know, because they have a tendency to just sort of blow you off sometimes. So it doesn't look like anybody in this group is going to let them blow them off. Thank you.
All right.
So, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Some folks tweeting at us, telling us they're watching and supporting everything that we're doing.
Why don't you set it up for folks that are just joining us, brother?
Yeah. We are here. We are here in Sacramento. We're on the third day of People Sit-In, Sacramento Sit-In, our occupation that we pledged to do when we set out from Los Angeles, Saturday, May 17th. 40 days ago, many of us who are here in this room left Los Angeles. We rallied at City Hall, and we committed to march almost 500 miles here to Sacramento. We passed over the mountains, the San Gabriel Mountains. We walked across the high desert of the Antelope Valley. We passed through the heat of the Central Valley, stopping in small towns and cities to bring a message to people, and to call attention to the corruption of our government, of our elections, of our democracy from big money that has really drowned out our voices and given us a government that serves the 1%, the super rich, and corporations, and not the people, and in which our needs don't count. And we're not going to accept that anymore, and people in our country can't accept that anymore. It endangers our very future.
That's right.
And too many of us have accepted that. Too many of us are resigned to it. Too many of our families and friends just give up our voices, give up our power, and are not willing to face this truth and hold the anger and the pain of that, and also the hope for change, and stand up and do something. So we wanted to set an example and say, this is important enough to us that we're going to walk this great distance. We're going to take on that sacrifice and that burden. And it has been very difficult. A lot of people weren't able to walk the whole way because of the physical challenge of it, blisters and a lot of aches and pains and some minor injuries. But we all continued on together. We had the strength. And we were given strength by people in all the communities that we passed through, who opened up their homes to us, who fed us, who came out and welcomed us, who visited their assembly members and senators with us, and let us know that they would be here with us in Sacramento when we arrived. And the faith with which we started out marching, which was that if we made this sacrifice for something that we know so many people believe in, which is the principle of political equality, one person, one vote, that people would respond, and they would join us to march, and that they would help us out along the way, and they would be with us in Sacramento. And when we first made the decision to march, I was the only person that was committed to do the whole thing. And then Danielle said, I got you, I'm with you. And then I said, all right, we could do this. Because we were going with the Granny D standard. Doris Haddock, at 88 years old, so don't say you're too old. She marched from Santa Monica, we always say Los Angeles, all the way to Washington, D.C., across the country. And it took her over a year. She had this little sign that said Campaign Finance Reform. And she set an amazing and powerful example that even just marching as one person, that it could make a real difference. And so we knew that even if it was a small number of people, but we had a dozen with only a matter of weeks of time before we put out that vision. A dozen people said, yeah, I'm there, 37 days, count me in, you know. And we set out, and more people joined along the way. And I tell you, when we came into Sacramento, it was so beautiful to see so many of the people that we met along the way. Right there, waiting for us, marching with us. And when we came in 100 strong, with leaders like Dolores Huerta, co-founded the United Farm Workers and was part of one of the most important historic marches in California history ever, 1966 farm worker pilgrimage with Cesar Chavez from Delano to Sacramento. I think it was a really powerful moment. And we rallied here, and we made good on the commitment that we had made, which is that when we arrived here to bring this simple demand to our leaders, that they, as Jason said, tell the people the truth and acknowledge that the system is corrupt, that big money has corrupted our elections, our government, our democracy, so that we have a government that isn't solely dependent on the people, it's dependent on the big funders, the 1%. And that our leaders would acknowledge that truth and take immediate action to end it. And we said if they haven't done it by the time we get there, then we're not going to leave. We're going to continue that sacrifice. And unfortunately, when we went to go into the doors, when the building should have been open to the public as it was posted till 5 o'clock, they shut us out. But we said we might be shut out, but we're not going to be shut down. And we sat on the grounds of the People's House, and 14 of us were arrested that night who would not stand up and leave when we were given orders to leave the People's House. And the very next day, a big step forward was taken when our legislature passed one of our 3 demands, one of the 3 bills that we had called for them to pass that were pending in the legislature when we were marching. AJR 1 that called for a federal constitutional convention to propose a 28th Amendment that would make it clear that money is not speech, that corporations are not people, and that Congress has the power and the right to prohibit and regulate political spending to ensure political equality, one person, one vote. And that was a historic step forward for California to become the 2nd state in the union to do that. But there's more that needs to be done. Our leaders need to step up and tell the people the truth about the corruption of our system in a way that can't be denied, and they need to pass these other bills. We saw progress today on one of them, but another was delayed. It should have been voted on yesterday, and they didn't move it forward. So we are going to stay here. We're going to continue to insist. And last night there was 3 young women, 2 of whom are here with us right now, who held the vigil. And made this witness, made that sacrifice to say we are not going to leave the People's House until the people's will is heard. And tonight we come back with that same mission, that same commitment, and we're going to come back day after day, as long as it takes to make sure that this demand is met, that the people's will is heard, and that change begins here in California. Because we know if we can win it here, in the biggest state in the union, the 9th largest economy on the planet, that we can show people we can win change anywhere. We can win change around the country. We're going to start it here, and we're going to take it across the country until we've taken power back, until we've made our voices equal to anyone's, regardless of wealth, and we have a government that serves all of us, not just the rich, not just the corporations, but every person, and gives us a government that we can use as a tool to ensure that all of our dreams can be fulfilled, all of our needs can be met, and we have the future that we deserve as a people. And so we are going to hold that vision here in the People's House, in the Temple of Democracy, and continue day after day, and we need the support of folks across the country and across the state. And I believe that we will win. We were taught a little chant. By someone who came to join the march, Sierra Taylor from the Dream Defenders. She taught us a little chant that you have to get up. Yeah, let's get up. That's what they say. You have to get up to do this one. You might have to move around. Oh, move around. That sounds good. So repeat after me. Let's see if I can get this right. I believe that. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. 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 That's our faith. That's our faith in the movement. Anybody want to share about why you're here? What brought you on the march, or why you're here when you could be doing so many other things right now?
I have something short. My boys are 14 and almost 11, and I don't want them to be involved in any war, and I feel like my voice is not heard when it comes to American involvement in conflicts overseas. I want to support people in other countries, but I don't want to go over there with my children and have them fight for a cause that I do not believe in.
Yeah.
I'll go. Tell about the corruption I've seen. So, I was a vet tech for over 20 years, assisted in surgery, ran lab tests, checked your patients in and out, got all your little pets and critters nice and well whenever they got sick. So, worked for a corporate hospital before, and this corporate hospital had a policy for all of its doctors, technicians, nurses. We had sales quotas for services and products that we had to meet each month. On top of that, once you passed your quota, you got paid commission on top of things like that. I've worked for doctors that specifically told me certain tests I wasn't allowed to report as negative, even though, technically speaking, they could come back negative. I wasn't quiet about that. I burned myself out to ever being able to be a vet tech in my home city of San Diego ever again. I went to school, tried to change professions, went to University of Phoenix, stay away from that school, corrupt. They were in danger of losing their accreditation. The only reason they got to keep their accreditation, well, the accreditation agency that they got their accreditation from was called the Higher Learning Commission. The president of UOP, well, he sat on this committee called, the acronym was like NASDAQ. It's the committee that reports to the Secretary of Education for the United States, who then gives the okay for agencies to become accreditation agencies. He sat on that committee. So when you actually looked at the legalese paperwork that they put out of why they got to keep their accreditation, a third-party peer review group had said, yeah, this school isn't meeting standards. The Higher Learning Commission then formed their own committee to refute that and say, well, no, they don't have to lose it. We'll just put them on probation for a while. I wasn't quiet about that one either. And with how they've screwed up the economy now, you got to have at least 2 years experience for an entry-level job. I ain't getting no software engineering job. So here I am.
All right. Woo! That corruption that you talk about, Brother Tony, especially thinking about University of Phoenix, we know that the for-profit higher education industry is putting a ton of money into lobbying and elections to try to buy influence, not just to enable them to have lax standards, but to get as much public money in terms of financial aid and loans as possible. And when you look at their graduation rates, how people do when they come out of there. So many folks don't finish but come out with tons and tons of debt, so they're not putting the students first, they're just looking at these cash cows to get public money, not even to educate people. And that's a direct consequence of corruption. Because if our government was really looking at the needs of students, the needs of folks to get education, we'd be doing things like making University of California as affordable as it was 40 years ago, rather than like putting money into like these, sham institutions, that aren't educating people and are just making money. Everybody who looks at that knows it's crap, but we don't have the power to change it, and that's what we're going to get back here, so thank you, brother.
Yes.
In 1969, I was 13 years old, and I marched with more than 100,000 American citizens against the Vietnam War in San Francisco. And we helped end that war, and I know a lot of you young people weren't even born then, but you deserve so much better than the world you have now, and if we were able to do something then, we need to do something now to make your world better. Bravo!
Yeah.
My name is Shane, and I have a lot of issues that I really care about. I'd say the number one issue is education. I used to teach in Los Angeles in Watts for about 7 years. I taught 3rd grade and 5th grade in one of the toughest areas in the country, the highest homicide rate in the country actually. Figueroa and 111th, about 5 miles south of USC. And then I switched to a charter school in Koreatown, MacArthur Park area and taught 5th grade there. So 10 years of teaching. Before that I worked for 2 county supervisors, and during teaching I was a school board member, so I've always really been interested in policy, fixing the system. But as a teacher, the thing that was the most difficult was knowing that the students in my class and my school, the chances of them getting out of that cycle of poverty were very difficult. There were state laws that made it very difficult for a principal to put the best teachers in place. And to keep the best teachers, here in California we do layoffs of teachers by seniority. And that's really insulting to teachers, because teachers aren't widgets. We can't just be replaced. But for 6 years in a row, we've been laying off or giving notices up to 20,000 teachers a year. And that's always by seniority. So sometimes 2/3 of those 20,000 get laid off, sometimes it's a third, but it's just this bumping out. And that, I think, was a big outrage. I took a job up here to work for a nonprofit education reform organization, and we tried to change that law, and it was special interest money that prevented that law from being changed. So California is still one of 10 states that does layoffs by seniority. There's 8 other states that do a combination of evaluation and seniority, and that's a little bit better. But our education system is really struggling. The students who are growing up in the inner city, the odds of them getting out of the inner city and getting excellent teachers in front of them, rather than just the teachers who are rotated through there and the principals who are rotated through there, is extremely difficult. Of course, higher education, as is mentioned earlier, is way too expensive. Most of my students, I just went to my last year, my last year of teaching was 2007, my 10th year of teaching. I went to their high school graduation just last Wednesday in Los Angeles, and I got to see all my old 5th graders graduate high school, and it was really cool. And a lot of them are going to go on to community college or university, but most of them cannot afford a 4-year university. So they're going to go to a JC, and it's going to take probably 3 or 4 years just to get 2 years of credits. And then they're going to hopefully go on to a 4-year university, and they're really going to struggle to pay off that debt. And it should not be that expensive. You know, the UC system, the Cal State system should not be that expensive. We should be subsidizing that more and putting more value behind that. So education is the most important thing to me, but I realize that will not ever be dramatically improved until we get money out of politics, because money in politics screws up our system, both at the district level, because I was a school board member of Santa Monica, Malibu. I saw how special interest groups ruined or prevented positive progress. I saw that here at the state level when I worked up here to change the bills, change the education policies and the ed code. I absolutely want to see immigration policies improve, and I know that's not going to change until we get the money out of politics, until we stop electing politicians who are polarized and it's driven by ideology. So it's either my way or the highway. I want to see changes to a number of different things, but whatever it is, it always comes back to one thing. And if money isn't taken out of politics, if the influence of money isn't greatly reduced, then none of the things that I care about or none of the things that you all care about that brought you here today are ever going to be reformed. So whatever your number 1 issue is, you have to make it number 2. And getting money out of politics is number 1.
Yeah.
We have phones everywhere, which is okay, but please start gathering items because we're going to begin momentarily. And for anybody who is ready to go out right now, I will open the door to voluntarily go first. But please don't forget anything plugged in. So that's what we're gonna start that for those who are going to choose to be arrested. Start giving your property to those that are not, and I imagine it's going to be the same stage right in front of the statue again?
Yes.
So if we can start staging that as well. So we're just going to try to do this faster. Okay? So,
We appreciate you. Thank you.
no problem at all.
Oh yeah, computers, everything else, I'm gonna open the doors. Peter, I assume, Peter, you're staying, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you guys want to take a minute, if you want to take the pictures as we walk out, that's fine. But we're gonna start walking out.
No, we're. I'm not going.
What?
I think we're just gonna wait until we're ready. Yes, that's what Yes. Not my car.
I'm letting you know too, and I'm giving you a lot more at the same time.
Yeah.
The building is close, so we're gonna ask everybody to leave. So I will leave that open. I don't want to put anybody in a situation. Yeah. It is a warning, I'm letting you know. So it is closed. But this time, again, because whenever we do it before, it's just taking a little longer. Take your pictures if we're going to take your pictures. And then we're going to start letting you guys know.
So are you going to do that official reading?
Yeah, there will be an official reading as well for that. That we have to do it for the ones that are being arrested. Okay. For everybody else, we don't have to do it because I can give you a lawful order that you have to exit. And that's so yeah, I'm giving you a lawful order. The building is closed. You need to exit. They're going to get a more detailed one, obviously, just like before. But we need to. You guys want to sit here for the reading? There's no between lines. It's a lawful order. Building's closed. You have to exit. We give it to everybody inside.
Just giving us a nice version of the law.
I'm pretty much, and I'm trying to give you guys an opportunity to take pictures. It's a little more relaxed this way, which is important. So you're going to be staying at for that. Okay. I just want to make sure, and we'll have video as well. So can you open that door?
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. shall not be moved. We are living and together. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We are young and old together. We shall not be moved. We are young and old together. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Fighting for our freedom. We are fighting for our freedom. We shall not be moved. We are fighting for our freedom. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Money out of politics. We want money out of politics. We shall not be moved. We want money out of politics. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Brothers and sisters, fingers up. We put our fingers up. It's a symbol of one person, one vote, political equality, money out of politics. We've reached out. We've made it clear that we want to stay here in the people's house. And we feel that should be our right to bring this demand to our leaders. And just as we came here the first day, the doors were locked. And last night, those of us who wanted peacefully, non-violently to stay here to make this witness were told we had to leave again. We've been told again that we can't leave, and that anyone who does stay is going to be arrested, and I think that's a disgrace. I think it's a shame. But I want to make sure that everybody understands that we're going to continue day after day. And for all of us in here right now, if you're not prepared to go to jail tonight, then we need to leave now. But we are going to come back. We're going to be here day after day. Nobody here wants to go to jail, right? No, I don't want to go to jail. But we need to make sure that our voice is heard. And so, folks that are willing to stay here and to be here no matter what, even if they do take you to jail, then we encourage you to stay and to make that commitment. And we will make it day after day, and we will be with you. But for anybody who's with us and standing with us tonight, who's not prepared to take that risk, then this is the time that we need to go. 99! Rise! 99! Rise! The people! 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 The people!
Just want to remind you guys are heroes. Justice warriors right here.
See you tomorrow. Be safe. Be safe out there. See you tomorrow.
Be safe in there.
Is any of this
be moved.
here? Is this all yours?
We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing in the water. We shall not be moved.
Walk back out.
From the temple of democracy. From the temple of democracy, we shall not be moved. From the temple of democracy, we shall not be moved, just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. For children. For our children, we shall not be moved. For our children, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing out sea, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For the planet.
For the planet, we shall not be moved. For the planet, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Because it's our house.
Because it's our house, we shall not be moved. Because it's our house, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For our parents.
For our parents, we shall not be moved. For our parents, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For our rights.
For our rights, we shall not be moved. For our rights, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For the people's justice.
For the people's justice, we shall not be moved. For the people's justice, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
We the people.
For the people, we shall not be moved. We the people, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. One person, one vote, we shall not be moved. One person, one vote, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Get money out of politics.
Get money out of politics, we shall not be moved. Get money out of politics, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For ourselves.
For ourselves, we shall not be moved. For ourselves, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
For all of us.
For all of us, we shall not be moved. For all of us, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Healthcare for all.
We shall not be moved.
That's right.
Healthcare for all. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Mothers and fathers.
For mothers and fathers, we shall not be moved. For mothers and fathers, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Equal opportunity.
Yes.
For equal opportunity, we shall not be moved. For equal opportunity, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
You guys see we have our supporters at the door.
Yeah. They're just trying to wait us.
You guys all give me your name in one sentence while you're here.
David Andre, Sacramento Occupy.
What?
Joe Ely,
I'm here for getting money out of politics.
Jason Jackson, I'm here because 95% of Americans agree with us and 91% of Americans don't think we can do anything about this, but we can.
Anthony Ciotti, Star Trek Future.
Sandra Duggan from Vacaville, California. I'm here as a parent and a citizen and a concerned human.
It's Christmas for democracy. We just want to decide stuff together.
We exercise a constitutional right to abolish the corrupt government and still undo.
Absolutely. I wish I could go through the non-appropriate voting process.
Just let me know.
I wish that right now. We just want to stay here until they fix it, like in this room. If you let us do that, then we're going to go through the voting process.
And realistically, I know you know, which I think that won't work. So I that way you won't even nice outside now and do not stay tomorrow. The rest of the personalities do it. I mean, just be proud.
Brothers kill brothers, shed blood, die for this country. This ain't nothing.
We'll just stay here though. Good. I'm just going to sleep here. If you can.
I feel like this is a place to just stay here. This is the only way that we can be heard.
No. When you see all the love that's going to come through this room, the next couple of years, you're going to be on our side. I promise.
As long as we're there.
Well, not whatever on our side means.
I'm from Sacramento. Hopefully you see me maybe come and say hi. Yeah.
Pleasant.
Pleasant. Okay. That's off 680.
Yep, 680.
Okay.
685. Yeah. 685.
Down south.
Good part.
LA, Orange County-ish.
Is this the type of weather you have?
All the time.
Is this hot?
Oh no, I'm on the coast.
It's not like San Francisco coast where it's like 60 degrees.
San Diego. It's gorgeous weather. The people and the corruption in our own city ain't so gorgeous. Neither is the economics that they've screwed up down there. I've lived all over San Diego, more towards the water, never on the beaches. Let's face it, you know what beach prices are like. Yeah, especially when you have all the bougie people taking up the coastline.
Hi, my name's Sandy. I live in Vacaville, California. Yeah, but I started out here in grade school at Whitney Avenue Elementary School, Winston Churchill Junior High, Foothill High School, and ended up at Grant High School, went to American River College off of the center. So here I am. Yep.
I went to public schools down there. I got fed green hot dogs and green hamburgers. You think they were bringing me all the way up here?
With all our friends, I think.
When I was a child, my mother took me to this building. I'm from here. I was born here. She made a habit of once a year taking me here. And she told me about World War II. And she says, if you ever see things going on, come to that building and talk to the men and women in the suits. Well, back, she didn't say women back then. It was just men. And she said, you know, you can go in there and you can talk. You know, this is liberty. And I remember everything she said. It made an impression on me. And I'm like, this is like very good for me to be here and exercising my citizenship, democracy, one person to vote.
And everything was here yesterday. So they are going to go through her. They're going to and then we can any questions?
Thanks. voices. There's a lot of people singing just outside.
Yes.
Come on down to Sacramento.
Politicians can't do it alone. If you want to be with the people, then you can.
The politicians need our help. They have to spend 75% of their time raising money. They have to respond to that money. They have to.
Yeah.
We have to change that.
Yes.
It's the only way. Nonviolent struggle is the only way when they've corrupted our vote.
Yes. Standing near the water, we shall not be moved. Good. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys some instructions, okay, so if you can listen, that way I really understand, okay? I am Sergeant White of the California Highway Patrol. I'm a peace officer of the state of California. All persons in this area of the Capitol building are in violation of sections 18608 of the California Code of Regulations, Title 13, unpermitted event pursuant to 14685C2 of the Government Code. You are hereby ordered to immediately leave the building. If you don't leave this area, you will be subject to offenses for arrest. If you resist arrest, necessary force will be used. Do you wish to leave the building? If you do, you can leave through the west exit.
No, we'd like to stay here in people's houses. They fix the corruption.
Okay? Do you ever understand that if you do not leave and abide by my order, you will be subject to arrest? Yep. I'm going to read it one more time so you guys know for sure. Okay? I'm Sergeant Stephen White of the California Highway Patrol, peace officer of the state of California. All persons in this area of the Capitol building are in violation of Section 1860A of the California Code of Regulations, Title 13, unpermitted event pursuant to 14685C2 of the Government Code. You are hereby ordered to immediately leave the building. If you don't leave this area, you will be subject to physical arrest and detention. If you resist arrest, necessary force will be used. Do you wish to leave the building at this time?
Yeah, we'd like to stay here.
And you do understand that if you don't leave, you'll be subject to arrest?
Yes. Yes. No, I want to stay here in the temple of democracy.
I'd like to practice my 3 speed right to assemble.
Place under arrest.
us under arrest.
Are we trying to get some people out here in sleeping bags today? We talked about that.
Yeah. Great. What's up, everybody? We're out here on the sidewalk. We've been evicted from the People's House again, but 5 brave souls stayed in to sit in, and probably being processed right now on the way to jail. That makes 22 people now who've been arrested for the last 3 days here at the Capitol to be insistent and to press our demand that our leaders here in California acknowledge that the system is corrupt, tell the people the truth, and take immediate action to end this crisis of corruption. And we've seen some real progress on that, but we need to see more. We're going to stay here until we see that, and we are satisfied that the people's voice has been heard. And we need folks' support. We need you to spread the word on social media. We need folks to come and join with us here in Sacramento. We need to make this a historic moment that can unleash a movement around the country. We're going to stay here in that spirit and continue to sacrifice and do whatever we can. Do whatever we can to save our democracy here. So it's hard, to see. People shouldn't have to go through what we do in this country to try to win a real voice, to try to win a government that serves us all the people. That's what we're promised. That's the way it should be. And that's not the reality now, but we have to sacrifice to make it so. So we need you to come and join us in the struggle. MarchForDemocracy.org, 99Rise on Facebook and Twitter. Join us. This is day 3, 40 days since we started left from Los Angeles. And we're going to keep it going. Thank you.
No, if anything, we move it. Or, yeah, exactly.